It's Halloween, which means I should probably do some kind of themed video to match the occasion, and fortunately the Pokemon Company has me covered. Throughout the month of October, they've been doing a creepy countdown of some of the most terrifying Pokemon out there, and it seems like it's going to be a pretty good bit of fun, so let's go right into it. Pokemon come in all shapes and sizes, especially demeanors. Some Pokemon are friendly and cuddly, other Pokemon are bold and brave, and some Pokemon strike fear into the hearts of every creature that gets in their way. Don't take our word for it, you can find out just how sinister these Pokemon are by looking them up in your in-game Pokedex. And you know what, this is why I think this video is going to be fun. The Pokemon Company, they're self-aware. They know how messed up some of these Pokedex entries are. All I have to do is a quick YouTube or Google search and you'll find tons of lists about creepy and just weird or awkward and unsettling Pokedex entries, but it looks like the Pokemon Company has done all the work for us, and now we can go right on into the list. So number 20. What lies beneath with Mimikyu. Its actual appearance is unknown. A scholar who saw what was under its rag was overwhelmed by terror and died from the shock. Pokemon Sun's Pokedex entry. Now I feel that Mimikyu in general should probably be rated much lower on the list. Even going off the anime, Mimikyu is a very creepy Pokemon, that it looks like a Pikachu, and if its disguise happens to break at that time, it looks like a Pikachu's neck was just snapped, which is very, very unsettling. Also, it kind of has like the appearance of a dead Pikachu, and it just has that like creepy look. You don't know if it's looking at you or if it's looking at you, because it also has like that bedsheet ghost kind of thing going on. And then even then, if you look at Mimikyu's true form, you get cursed and probably die. So it's kind of creepy, but that's what makes it so cool in my book. So I really like Mimikyu, and I'm a little disappointed that's only 20 on the list. However, we have the Delicious Tears from Duskull. So Duskull, it loves the crying of children. It startles bad kids by passing through walls and making them cry. Pokemon Black. I remember back in Ruby version, back in the 3rd generation, when I first saw Duskull, I was like, yo, this is a cool ghost Pokemon. I mean, it's like a skull ghost, and that just kind of like phases around and floats around and stuff. I also remember when it had like its first appearance in the anime, you know, that was just episode 1. Duskull terrifies May, boom. Just crazy stuff happens. But that's like, yeah, it likes making children cry, and then it feasts on their delicious tears. I can respect that. I can respect that. And then, oh man, that's a good one. Can you be more specific? Those attacked by Toxapex's poison will suffer intense pain for 3 days and 3 nights. Post-recovery, there will be some after effects. What after effects? Like, if you're just done for 3 days and 3 nights, then how bad is it going to be after that? I think the other entry for Toxapex is pretty creepy as well, when it says, like, you can find where Toxapex have been because they leave Corsola bits in their wake. Dude, this thing just eats Corsola. It devours other Pokemon. That's just crazy. Oh, Shiinotic is definitely messed up. This made it in my Pokemon Sun and Moon creepiest Pokedex entries. It emits flickering spores that cause drowsiness. When its prey succumb to sleep, this Pokemon feeds on them by sucking in their energy. Also, the other I think they should have done like both Pokedex entries, because yeah, you snooze, you lose. I mean, that can be said of a lot of things. Drowsy feasts on dreams. You know, that's kind of creepy, but Shiinotic, it's like a hypno mushroom. Like that is a very, very strange, unsettling looking creature for sure. Then the other ones, like people that see the lights of Shiinotic get lost in the forest forever. Cool. Now we're on to Yamask. Oh no, Yamask is, yeah, each of them carries a mask that used to be its face when it was a human. Sometimes they look at it and cry. Pokemon Alpha Sapphire. And it looks so sad. It even has like the little tears in its face right there. So yeah, it's like you're cursed to just kind of carry around your former self. And then, oh, you look at it, man, it was great being alive, wasn't it? Now I'm sad. Tricks and Not Treats from Mischievous. It loves to bite and yank people's hair from behind without warning just to see their shocked reactions. And I mean, that's definitely like something a ghost would do. You're in a haunted mansion, not even a haunted mansion, you're just like in a spooky forest or a spooky mansion and you get pulled behind and there's nothing there. That's some definite ghost stuff. So yeah, treats, or not treats. We get tricks and not treats from the Mischievous. Ooh, Frosty Feast with the Glalie. So that's an interesting one. It's just creepiest Pokedex entries and creepy Pokemon like Glalie. Glalie is a very creepy looking Pokemon, and then when we even get to the Mega Glalie, like, its jaw is broken from the Mega Evolution, so it's just like, which is ridiculous. Also, that was a pretty awkward noise to make, but I'll keep it in the video because we might as well have some weirdness going on. So we have the Frosty Feast of Glalie. Glalie has the ability to freely control ice. For example, it can instantly freeze its prey solid. After immobilizing its prey in ice, this Pokemon enjoys eating it in a leisurely fashion. That is messed up, yo, because like once you get frozen solid, that's game over. But then it also eats you. So this is a very carnivorous, predatory beast. And when that also you have to look at like this. That's the face of the last thing you see. But one thing I was gonna say is like, yeah, it's kind of cool that not only ghost Pokemon are in this Halloween list. You'd expect like, ooh, top 10 spookiest ghosts or creepiest Pokemon. They're all ghosts and stuff. Nah, we got Glalie, we got Shiinotic. Pokemon, there's some messed up ones out there. You know what? I like that attitude. I like that we got a little bit of darkness going in. Oh no, the Jellicent's pretty bad too. The fate of ships and crew that wander into Jellicent's habitat, all sunken, all lost, all vanished. And you can even say it in that dramatic kind of way. It's like, they're gone. They're dead. And like, it doesn't help that Jellicent's a ghost type as well. It's a ghost jellyfish. So, boom. Haunted shipyard. Done. You wander in there, dead. GG, just like that. I wonder if we're going to see Dragalge. Because Dragalge is on that same level of, yep, you're dead. Good job. GG. Shedinja. We all know about Shedinja. Shedinja's body doesn't move, not even a twitch. In fact, its body appears to be merely a hollow shell. It's believed that this Pokemon will steal the spirit of anyone peering into its hollow body from its back. So, I think this one has lost a lot of steam over the years, considering that whenever we have the back sprites of a Pokemon, we throw out Shedinja, and we seem to be okay. Also, Shedinja's had a few anime appearances, and they seem to be okay. But that is one creepy thing about Shedinja, that first thing. That's just a hollow shell. It is a husk. That, you know, we have the Nincada, they post on a tree, they shed their shells, and then they dig underground and sleep for X amount of years, or whatever or not Nincada, cicadas, the real life equivalent of Nincada or whatever. So yeah, it does that. So yeah, something causes the shell to be possessed, and then it gets a little halo over it, so it's like undead, and then it also can't be hit by anything except for super effective hits, because it's protected by some kind of spooky aura. So yeah, the fact that it's hollow and still does things, and it's still a living thing, kind of. Can we count ghosts as living Pokemon? There's an oxymoron for you guys. Either way, I think that's one of the more odd things about this. No trip to the beach. Buried beneath the castle are masses of dried up bones from whose vitality it has drained. Pelosand is, that's up there with like top 3 material for me, because it's bones. You run into a Pelosand, you're devoured, you're dead, GG, no re, just like that. Actually, give me a second. That was like the Pelosand reveal promotional material stuff. That is messed up, and that's how it does it, man. Just quicksand, boom, it plays as a sandcastle, then next thing you know, you're done. You're sucked up, and then it's just a pile of bones. Oh yeah, also it's like super, it's not quite autonomous, but it's like it does a really weird thing. Possessed people controlled by this Pokemon transformed its sand mound into a castle. As it evolved, its power to curse grew even stronger. So yeah, what we have is we have Pelosand, or not Pelosand, Sandygast. Sandygast, it curses people to kind of like add more sand to them. So you're building a sandcastle, and you're possessed. So you think you're just building a happy, fun little sandcastle. Nope, you build it up enough, it steals enough energy, boom, Pelosand. Just completely, like, sentient, absorbing death machine sandcastle. And, like, could you imagine using that? Like, if you actually own a Pelosand and you're using it in battle, could you just imagine, like, bones sticking out of it as it does things? That's creepy and messed up. And then we have a gruesome gourmand, or gourmand. I really don't even know how you pronounce that. They employ an electrically charged web to trap their prey. While it's immobilized by the shock, they leisurely consume it. I mean, that's not super creepy. That's standard spider stuff. But then we get into Drifloon. I love it. That's not a balloon, kids. Stories go that it grabs on the hands of small children and drags them away to the afterlife. It dislikes heavy children. I mean, I already said this in one of my other, like, creepy Pokedex entries. You gotta throw in the fat shaming as well. That's just how disrespectful the Drifloon is. It's like, you know what? He's too chubby over there. I'm gonna go grab Skinny and just kind of drag him to hell, because that's how Drifloon works. And Drifblim is no different. Boom, people that get carried off by Drifblim, never seen again. They also travel in packs and just kind of float around with the wind. How fun. Hey, look, Drowsy did make the list. It knows when you're asleep. Dang it. If your nose becomes itchy while you're sleeping, it's a sure sign that one of these Pokemon is standing above your pillow and trying to eat your dream through your nostrils. Yeah, that's Drowsy. It's the Dream Eat Pokemon. Oh, then we get Hone Edge. Cool, Hone Edge makes it, which is nice. If anyone dares to grab its hilt, it wraps a blue cloth around that person's arm and drains that person's life energy completely. That means you die. Like, when your life energy is done, boom, you're dead. So yeah, if you see a sword and you're like, yeah, I get a cool sword, grab, dead, over. I think like Doublade and Aegislash, it's also like, you know, if you're not a worthy enough person to wield the Doublade or the Aegislash, you're dead as well. Ghost Pokemon, they have no problem killing you off. That's what we can learn from the Pokemon Company. Deck the halls. Oh, I already know Frostlass's Pokedex entry. I'm happy that both Frostlass and Glalie are creepy enough to make it on the list. And Frostlass, one of my favorite Pokemon. It's up there with my favorite Ghost Pokemon as well. When it finds humans or Pokemon it likes, it freezes them, takes them to its chilly den, where they become decorations. So yeah, it's not like Glalie. It doesn't use it to feast. It just likes having frozen corpses around. It decorates its den. So it's like, you know what? It's like a castle made of things that it likes, except it's frozen. And yeah. Oh man. We also have Gourgeist. Gourgeist, definitely gotta make it on the list. Hair-raising him. It enwraps its prey in its hair-like arms. It sings joyfully as it observes the suffering of its prey. Also, it sings a curse. So if you hear its song and you're cursed, one fun thing that Gourgeist likes to do is wander through towns singing. So yeah, it's just like, oh, there's people over there. I'm gonna walk through and sing a happy tune. Boom, cursed, dead, just like that. Fashion Tragedy. We all feel for Cubone. That's a low blow, Pokemon Company. I don't like you guys anymore. That's too mean. The skull it wears on its head is that of its dead mother. We've all known it. According to some, it will evolve when it comes to terms with the pain of her death. That's actually a new one. Hold up. I'm actually down with that. Dude, that is so cool. Oh my god. How has no one been I don't think anyone's been talking about that. Because yeah, like when you already know a Pokedex entry, you kind of know where it's going to go. And for the most part, when it comes to new generations, they don't really add that on. I don't think that's an existing Cubone Pokedex entry, because I did not know that. Yeah, I already knew all the other stuff about Cubone, that it cries whenever it sees its mother in the moon, and then that's why it also has what looks like cracks. Those are stains from Cubone's tears. But yo, that's so wrecked right there. It will evolve when it comes to terms with the pain of her death. And the thing is, this is Pokemon Sun and Moon. In the Alola region, Cubone can only evolve into Alolan Marowak. So when it accepts death, it becomes a ghost. That's next level messed up. I love it. That's great. All right, Cubone, you've earned the top 5 slot with that. And then also we have like, and I think like for the most part, we do have evolutionary families that kind of fall into this because they do roughly the same things. So we have Lampent, Chandelure is one of those things as well, it's pretty wrecked. The spirits it absorbs fuel its baleful fire. It hangs around hospitals waiting for people to die. That's so terrible. Like, I already know that. I know a lot of the creepy ghost ones, you know, that's what you do as a kid. That's when you're like, yeah, I want to see how dark and, you know, it's like, oh, Pokemon, it's this happy, amazing, just fun Pokemon child-loving game. Nah, if you want to feel edgy, if you want to feel cool, if you want to feel like Pokemon gets hard, just read the Ghost Pokedex entries, and then also read the Pokemon Adventures manga. There's death, there's violence, there's also things like this where it gets dark. It waits around hospitals for people to die, and then it consumes their spirits for energy. I think Chandelure is like, it just steals the soul of people if it touches it. Yeah, being consumed in Chandelure's flame burns up the spirit, leaving the body behind. So if the fire touches you, your spirit's burned up, and now you're just a charred corpse that doesn't even have a spirit left. You're completely nothing after that. Also, I'm excited. Because you know how with Pokemon Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, there's going to be 100 new Pokemon added to the Alola Dex? We get to see some new Pokedex entries for all the Pokemon introduced. We can get some fun stuff. I hope we get like a full national Pokedex as well for all the updated entries, either as we go to like the new Switch game or maybe even 8th generation. So let's see how dark Pokemon wants to get with like new ghost Pokemon or updating the old ones as well. Because like the Cubone one, that's pretty good. So yeah, what I was talking about with like the evolutionary lines is that I think Chandelure, that could make it in as well. Litwick also like burns the souls of people. That's just how this evolutionary line works. I think it's a little unfair that we had like both Frostlass and Glalie. But yeah, I see like there's some other Pokemon that I think I might have mentioned already. It's like, yeah, we could have Drifblim as well. So I think it kind of counts for the entire evolutionary line wherever we see one entry, because those Pokemon can be pretty rough. And then we have the Loathsome Liquor. It strikes at humans from total darkness. Those licked by its cold tongue grow weaker with each passing day until they die. And Haunter's is so bad as well. Like, its tongue touches you, it's done. You're cursed, you're drained, and all you get to do is wait for death's sweet embrace. You just get weaker and weaker. You become more and more hollow, more and more frail, and then you just die. So if Haunter licks you, it's GG, over, just like that. And now this is where we get into the fun thing. So I feel like Phantom has to be number one. Like, so, I'm recording this on October 30th. We don't get the full list until October 31st, even the Pokemon Company's Twitter. Haunter takes second in our creepy countdown. Which Pokemon do you think will be number one? Putting it in right now, Phantom, because dead children being possessed into possessing stumps. And then also Trevenant's pretty messed up because it makes people get lost in the forest, and then they become possessed stumps. So it grows an army of Phantom that way. I think that that's pretty wicked. Yeah. So there we go, guys. I'll see you. Actually, it's not even the end of the video. I'm treating it like that, but I guess I get to, you know, make the video like this, go to sleep, wake up, see what the number one is, upload the video, and then we'll be back. So I don't even know why I'm rambling, because, like, this isn't even content. Called it! So number one on the list is Phantom. According to old tales, these Pokemon are stumps, possessed by the spirits of children who died while lost in the forest. Okay. This is so many levels of messed up. I've already talked about this like 3 times or something, because we have children dying. That's pretty bad. We have children dying while lost in the forest, so they just wander off and die because they can't take care of themselves. And also, it's a Pokemon world, so there's just tons of creepy things out there that are ready to just wreck you. And then they possess stumps, and now this is a dead child. Every Phantom that you see is a dead child. There we go. So yeah, I'm pretty happy about the list. You know, like I said, this is kind of just bringing together all of the really creepy Pokedex entries. There's some pretty messed up ones, as we kind of showed from this video. The only one I'm disappointed about is Dragalge. And I don't know which Pokemon I would take off the list for Dragalge. Maybe Drowsy. I think Drowsy, like, since it's already kind of the Pokemon's theme, or maybe because I'm a Gen 1 Pokemon fan, that I've been here since the beginning, so I've had enough time to adapt and adjust to Drowsy, even though maybe Game Freak or the design about it was supposed to be a lot more intense, a lot more creepy. I mean, the 151 Hypno shirt is pretty messed up, but I would say, if I was to get rid of one, maybe it would be like Glalie, because, you know, we already have Frostlass on the list, and Glalie's is more just like well, not upsetting, but I mean, it is dark, but I wouldn't say it's as creepy, because I mean, it just freezes things until they die, and then it's like, boom, Sub-Zero wrecked. But yeah, I'd like to see Dragalge, because Dragalge, it's just like, it just eats through tankers and wrecks ships and kills people. So there we go, guys. Hope you all enjoyed the video, looking at some of the creepiest Pokemon out there, and happy Halloween. Thank you very much for watching.